Okay. So I think in terms of substance field diagrams, the first step is to translate the initial engineering problem into one of the typical substance field models. And then the next step is to identify the applicable generalized solution. So we saw that, okay, there is the substance field model, which is like this. We understood that a field is missing. So we would add a field which would interact with them. So that is the generalized solution. Now, for this generalized solution, we had to identify what is the field, what is the specific technical idea for solving the problem. We said, put a magnet there. For the monkeys thing, we saw that there is a field that is interacting and then the two substances interacting and it is harmful. So we made the typical substance field model. The typical solution to this is where we say that a modification of either S1 or S2 will be added to the system. And that was how we solved it. Then we saw what is this modification of S1 or S2. And we saw that there were two ways to modify, for example, the monkey problem. The first was we would use lemons. So we modified oranges and we are using another citrus fruit, which can grow in the same region, in the same climate, which was lemons. What was the other modification that we had thought of? How would you modify monkeys? We talked about that also. What is the modification of monkeys that could be used? Huh? What is the modification of monkeys that we could use there?
So apes, I think you said something about big apes like langurs.
Yeah, we said we would use a langur because langurs scare the monkeys away. They would not let the monkeys come close to the orchard at all. In fact, langurs are the solution which are used in in the central Delhi region, where the North Block and the South Block that are close to the Parliament, they were heavily infested with monkeys. So the government actually had to hire langur keepers. So the langur walas would come and they will just move around in that area, and the monkeys would run away. So the monkeys were then taken away and deported to the Asola sanctuary over here, Asola Wildlife Sanctuary over here in South Delhi. But langurs were the solution that were used by the central government there. So again, as I was mentioning, the power and uniqueness of the standard solutions is that first it is based on analysis of millions of patents. And it says that almost all the engineering problems can be modeled in terms of these substance field structures, and there are 76 solutions. So it significantly reduces the time for problem solving or significantly improves your problem solving by reducing the number of potential ideas that you need to consider. So the ideality of your solution finding becomes very high. Are you able to see this? Instead of a 39x39 matrix, or instead of applying so many different ways of trying to solve separate and then satisfy and then bypass, there are standard solutions straight away. It reduces the scope of your solution search significantly, saves a lot of time. As I mentioned, the key terms are that there are 76 typical solutions. A field model or a substance field model is a symbolic model of the problem or solution formulated in terms of interactions between substances and fields. The difference between a substance and field is that substance is an object with a rest mass. A field is an entity without rest mass that transmits interaction between substances. So olfactory field, optical field, acoustic field, all these are fields. Magnetic, electrical, everything. These are all fields that transmit interaction between substances. So with that, we will stop the instruction part of today's session and we will enter into the breakout